Hello, y'all, and welcome to the Black Manosphere show of the week. I am Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And let's get into this topic. Everyone hates opinions. Everybody hates opinions, and I'm beginning to find that out. And you know what? I don't get too much pushback for a lot of the things that I say within the space, within my broadcast or whatever. So what happens is people kind of come at me by making a bunch of shit up. And that's what they have to do because ain't no real legitimate arguments against anything I talk about. And I'm sorry if black men who undervalue themselves feel a certain way whenever I mention a female. When I'm in fact, let me put this in quote fingers, talk about black people, they single out the women and say, "Hey, guy, you're just talking about the women." So, you know what? I do understand where those kinds of so-called concerns come from, but they're not my problem. They're not my problem. As in, you can say whatever the fuck you want to about me being up here. Nothing's gonna change. My narrative is not gonna change. And my overall narrative is that yes, as a people, we probably need to do a little bit better. So let me start out with one of my favorite social media quotes, and this is from legendary champion boxer Iron Mike Tyson, and he states, "Social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it." And I believe that Wi-Fi connections, being behind your smartphone, being behind your keyboard has presented this huge safety net for you to just say whatever you want to say because no harm will come to you. Is like you can't go to the hood and say whatever you want to say to people and there not be some type of consequence. So we come up here to express ourselves, and the second, some of you passive aggressive ninnies get called out, then it's all of a sudden it's triggers. It's you're triggered. It's you're spazzing out. Oh my God, you're so emotional. Oh, the why you mad bullshit. Why you so mad? I mean, what where do black people get this notion that you can just disrespect other black people to get away with it? And although you're not safe in your real life, where you can be touched on your own flesh and blood, you have a safety barrier to where you can do that now. Okay. The issue that is with the space itself is that it is just that we are so afraid of words, the words that people say. And I have to tell you something. The black manosphere overall has made a significant impact overall, meaning that I'm not talking about just one, I'm not just talking about two guys, I'm not just talking about Kevin Samuels. There has been a significant impact as far as the way social media has been flowing because social media offered a group of men who never got the chance to tell their side of the story a platform. And it just pisses people the fuck off. And it more so pisses off black people more than anything. We would like to think that our racist enemies, these evil, devilish white folks, are the ones that's going to stick it to us in the end eventually. Which is my belief. Somewhat is just that it is black folks that's creating more so minimal effort for them to do whatever they are trying to call themselves doing, because it's to the point where these all these evil races that you virtue signal and say, oh my God, they hate us, blah blah blah. They don't even have to do it anymore. We just attack each other so much to the point where they don't even have to put up any effort. And that's not really a shaming piece for you guys. It's just actual facts. Whenever white people come into this space or white people insult black men, is no pushback. There's nothing. And it's because we want to see each other go down so bad to the point where we can't see or distinguish or point out an enemy anymore. Because too many of the motherfuckers look like you. It looks like us. They have the same tone, the same dark skin, the same brown skin, the same light skin. You know, we're gonna face them motherfuckers before we face any white racists, especially in 2023. And a lot of people, well, you know, Kevin, you're crazy. This is not the truth. What the fuck are you talking about? And people are going to continue to play dumb, and they're going to make up these little feckless arguments in order to buy the silence of black men. Now, I went from racism to black folks trying to silence black men, and you know, you never really know what a motherfucker is talking about when they say silence black men until you've experienced it somewhat. To you've experienced someone actually trying to go as far as to disrespect you and doxing your family to get your silence because it bothers them that much. My belief is the white racists I just got through mentioning, if they were to all of a sudden just make a public announcement that yes, we we accept all black people, it's okay to treat black people good, things might actually get a lot better as far as the relations between black people. And that's one of the saddest things that I could ever think of happening in our community, because it that's something that needs to take us. We need to have black people in the conversation about black people. Stop bringing every other race into it. That's what they do with that little bullshit rainbow coalition that they're doing in Washington. Oh, accept everybody. And black folks, so sometimes we're so numb in the head, we don't understand that that is just to set all the progress that we made back. That's just to put us back at the back of the bus, saying that, oh, other groups need all this help so motherfucking much. No, they don't. Not from us. Shit. We need to straighten ourselves before we talk about going to help other groups of people or ignore history, because you niggas are really trying to ignore history here. You know, like we have this little HNIC thing that we do. You know, the thought of having brotherhood with other black men is repulsive because guess what? Hoes is mad. Hoes stay mad. I don't know why. I mean, certainly there are better things to do than for hoes to stay mad, but it seems like there's every time they're like a mad hoe, there's always some simp that's in her fucking ear. Oh, not all of us are like that. Oh my god, not all of us. But you know, there's a whole nother side to this too. So I can't be like most of you out there. I can't be completely biased. You know, and some people will say that is okay to be completely biased. Not really, because you're hindering the progress of a conversation. So let me remind you that this is pre-recorded, so I cannot respond to live comments at this time. So I do apologize to the people that tune in and participate in the chat. So you can talk amongst yourselves. You know, get to know each other. You know, the people that are here that participate in the chat on a regular basis are usually always here. And that's always a good sign for me, because that lets me know that people aren't here superficially for mess. They're not here superficially for fuckery, you know, because somebody's beefing, or, you know, I'm trying to talk about a big name like O'Shea or Cynthia G or something. Those people are here for me. So if you have a wrench, more than likely you get priority. You don't get shitted on or anything if you disagree. And you shouldn't get shitted on if you disagree anyway. But see, in those anti-black manosphere echo chambers, go inside those places in those chats and offer any pushback. You'll get timed out in a New York second. The same thing they complain about echo chambers. These echo chambers. So, since we were pre-recorded, I'm going to talk about the Black Manosphere list. It's a lot of content creators that are kind of upset because their names are not on that list. But there are content creators that are upset because they are on that list and they do not want to be included with the likes of, and here's names. I'm not just picking on these guys. These are names that I hear quite often. That they don't want to be, in league with the likes of an Edward Anderson or an Obsidian or something like that. So for those guys out there, I mean, we had two content creators contact us and say, "Hey, we don't want to be on that list anymore." And I do respect that, for whatever reason they did it for, because their friends are always shitting on the space or whatever, and they don't want to be seen as being a part of something that's being shitted on. So let me read this to you. If you want off of this list instead of the constant bitching, email at the blacklist1964 at gmail.com and we'll take care of it. Because see, myself and Roger, we thought we were doing a good thing by making that list. And it's pretty obvious that, it caused like more harm than good. And that's not me blaming Roger or myself for that shit. It's just the nature of you niggas is fucked up. We thought we were we're doing a good thing by not letting people like Aaron Fountain and Kimberly Foster and guys like who is that guy? That signifier guy, FD signifier, by not letting them unfairly uh, box the space into this one little thing. Uh, and the one little thing is we're this some type of uh, harsh relationship space where we're sitting up there and we're always talking about women. So if I push back on a guy, the first thing they're going to say is, you guys are always talking about women when I'm addressing a guy. Now, how fucking stupid and ass backwards that is. I mean, everybody may not agree, and that's fine. So if you are on that Black Manosphere list that is put out periodically and you don't want to be on that list, no, you do not have to go to echo chambers and shout and cry amongst a bunch of people that's just trying to cope. You can email us at the blacklist1964 at gmail.com and we will take care of it. No hard feelings, buddy. Now, let's go ahead and answer some questions real quick. Or just from what some of my observations were as far as this space is concerned. So, who is a part of the Black Manosphere? Who is a part of the Black Manosphere? Now, I didn't put together this graphic. Some hating ass dude did and tried to call it an SBE list because, because see, those guys are trying to get Keisha to change by shaming them by throwing up facts and stats and whatever bit of information. You see some familiar faces up there. I'm sure a lot of you recognize O'Shea Duke Jackson, Angry Man, Dennis Sperling, the late great Kevin Samuels, Minister Jap, Edward Anderson, Coach Greg Adams, amongst these pictures. So I'm going to give you an answer as to who is a part of the Black Manosphere. And I say this with the utmost sarcasm because this is according to the audiences in these echo chambers, that the hate movement, the people, and let me just go ahead and be honest about this. Let's be brutally honest, that were butthurt because they didn't see their name on that Black Manosphere list. Sorry, guys. I'm not stupid. Many of us aren't stupid. So let me read this. Every black man that fucks up and has a YouTube channel is obviously a part of the Black Manosphere. So you guys sitting up here trying to deny the shit, the second someone gets mad with you, you're going to be a part of that Black Manosphere. The second you get busted doing some illegal shit and you have a YouTube channel, you're going to be a part of the Black Manosphere. The second you chase an innocent female down an alley stalking her and doing all kinds of weird shit, you, according to these people, will be a part of the Black Manosphere, which is a fucking shame. That this is what I like to call the silencing technique. There's many facets to the silencing technique. So some guy named Frank James decides to do some terroristic act, which we do not condone here in the space at all. And all of a sudden, for a whole entire week, the FBI is going to rain down upon the Black Manosphere with furious vengeance because one black guy fucked up. This is what I don't understand about these little anti-Black Manosphere dudes. Do you believe that you're not going to be implicated when some fucked up shit goes down? You black, number one, and you got a dick and two balls. At least I think most of you do. Every black man that fucks up, does some bullshit, and is publicized is going to be a part of the Black Manosphere. That EDP 445, that motherfucker that likes kids, he's going to be a part of the Black Manosphere because haters say so. Hell, there's a wrestler named the Velveteen Dream that sent news to little boys in the WWE. Somebody somewhere has probably said that dude is a part of the Black Manosphere. So I say this with the utmost extreme sarcasm. And it's no, I don't believe every black man that is crazy and just plain fucking stupid and does fucked up shit is a part of the Black Manosphere. No, it's not true. I don't care how many times Super Sly 75 says it. I don't give a fuck. Shoot. So, if that answers your question, yeah. Okay, another thing that I wanted to kind of talk about and kind of discuss a little bit here. And and I bring up these guys not to necessarily pick on them, but whenever there are negative conversations about the space, about the Black Manosphere, these are usually the three names that are brought up. And those three names, and somebody's like, who's the little cartoon in the middle? That's not a real person. Hey, ha, ha, ha. No, that is the avatar that BGS Ipmore uses. The reason why I say this is that these three guys are not the whole Black Manosphere, is because basically all the complaints are centered around these three guys. Now, these are grown ass men right here. These are grown ass men, and they can say and they can do whatever they want to as far as their YouTube channels. They can talk about whatever they want to talk about. For real, for real. But these guys, I hope they understand that they are representative of the space, and whoever says or proclaims that they are part of the Black Manosphere, in whatever they say. But also, these are three grown ass men. So whenever I go to other chats and then people bring up these guys' names, when I push back, that's not the entire Black Manosphere. What the fuck are you talking about? And then they're like, oh, you're just one of BGS's minions, or blah, 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 whatever. You're a part of that crew. These dudes aren't in my fucking pocket. They're not. They're not in my fucking pocket. Sorry, guy. Sorry, Sir-ism. They're not in my pocket. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what these guys talk about. You're the one, you haters are the ones that look to these guys for leadership. And you didn't like what you saw. So now you're all butthurt and angry about it. And believe me, like I said, this is not me defending these guys. In fact, I probably have a little problem on the way things went down the previous night. I don't see, here's the thing. Females have the idea that this channel right here is not a good place to come to as far as speaking their minds, because like this is what myself and the other habitual line steppers were used to before we found this space, and before we learned more so how this space operated. We were just used to females just being part of the conversation. It wasn't an interrogation. I felt like last night kind of turned into an interrogation. It's like I don't bring women on the panel to trap them and to try to get them to say things that we wish other problematic women will say. That's BS. We can't solve all our problems with females through one woman. And in fact, let's be honest. Let's be brutally honest. The only way you're going to solve your problems with females is through yourselves. You can't do it vicariously through any random female. And because of that, it's like I'll get women that one shot the channel. One shot means they'll appear on one panel, but they never ever want to expose themselves to that again. And what I see out of a lot of these females y'all do this shit to, they become a part of the echo chamber of anti-black manosphere sentiment. Not to say that they weren't on that shit before, but how valuable are these combos really? Just sitting around shooting the shit and talking. My whole goal really is to get black people talking so we can focus on some of the things that's fucking us up over here. It's not to attack women. Now I'm not going on my little simp tirade because I got something to say to them niggas in just a second. Because I just watched it, because I was just watching this female's YouTube channel. And you got 3 guys up there on that channel talking about dudes following a female's lead. You guys are pathetic. That's something that I've never seen Obsidian or BGS or Edward Anderson do, follow a female's lead, and then sit up there and cry about how there's not enough masculinity in the space. I mean, shit. I seen a dude with hair longer than any bitch on YouTube, fake hair or not, talk about masculinity. One of them light-skinned dudes. Fuck out of here. Like, there's nothing this dude could tell me about masculinity. Period. But, like, look, respect to the guys that put work in, because these guys definitely put work in. Yes, they did. And no matter how you feel about them at the end of the day, they're putting in the work. It's just that if someone calls me out, and I will say this about a couple of these guys up here, if someone calls me out for 20 or 30 fucking videos, you, you couldn't get an entire army to stop me from responding to them motherfuckers. Period. See, my thing is about this space is I don't want us to look like a bunch of punks. Like that was never ever my goal. I don't back down from people, especially people on the internet. And yes, you got a bunch of problematic piece of shit dudes who have a problem with black men not backing down. And they're just allowed to cry and frolic about in these little echo chambers without any response. Like they sit it, like, and I'm saying, I lurk this space quite often. I look at YouTube every day. I don't look for echo chamber spaces, but they are in my feed, and it's some of the same goddamn people in every chat shitting on the space. The same fucking folks wouldn't bust a grape in a goddamn fruit fight, but want to make these 3 men representative of who the space is. I'm not saying these guys don't represent the black manosphere. All I'm saying is these guys aren't the only goddamn ones. There's some grown-ups here in this motherfucker. So again, these 3 guys right here, no matter how much you disagree with them, look, no matter how much internalized self-hate that you have, and no matter how much internalized hatred you have for black men as a collective, these guys are not the only 3. We're not like these broads out here. We don't have some type of dick symbiotic connection or some shit like that. We don't feel like if you're talking about us, one of us, you're talking about us all. We don't feel that way. Black men aren't built that way, if you haven't noticed. There's a lot of black men who rather simp for these hoes. A lot of them. And these dudes believe that it's the heterosexual thing to do. They're more heterosexual if they agree with a female as opposed to actually having to agree with a male because they're afraid of being called names. These niggas are afraid of their wives. They're afraid of their goddamn girlfriends. These dudes are in abusive relationships and they want to project their fucking misery onto men like me. I'm talking about me right now. We'll get to that bitch in a second, but yeah. I used to make little memes. Hey, stepdad, what's wrong? Did you take Kel's advice and grow a set? Then here you go crying. I tried, stepson, but them hoes started calling me names. Dudes are afraid to be called names by females. I could care less if a bitch called me a name. For real, if you want me to be brutally honest, I could care less. Why should I care if a female calls me a name? You bitch nigga. So whatever. It's like I said earlier, most of these folks are on Wi-Fi connections. They feel safe saying anything they want. They feel safe trying to embarrass you because they know that you can't punch them in the face. Shoot. I mean, I want y'all to pick. I want y'all to pick out who that light skinned dude is in the background. Was it Sir Ism when he was a kid? Yeah, might be Red Sings the Blues with his lame ass. Hey, and the reason why I say that, this dude takes quite a bunch of shots at the Black Manosphere. Yeah, but let me give y'all a pretty good solid idea about who y'all be caping for in this bitch. Yeah, women like this. You see this round broad to the right. Her name is Shonda B on Facebook. She is the creator of this viral meme. She is the creator of this viral meme right here. So look, so she's like, black men be like, okay, first woman, fine as fuck, too dark. Second woman, finer than a motherfucker, hair too nappy. Third woman, finer than a motherfucker, too slutty. Fourth woman, finer than a motherfucker, too boring. Fifth woman, finer than a motherfucker, too big. And then you got this little pic of this interracial couple where the white woman is big as fuck. and look at her. So what this told me is that number one, some of us black folks are way too fucking gullible because I've seen a lot of simps caping for this meme right here. A lot of black men do be thinking like that. Like, no, we don't, nigga. Maybe you think like that. No, we don't. But see, with Miss B right here, she showed you exactly what she thought of women who were prettier than her, who actually carry themselves kind of fine. All five of them women finer than a motherfucker. And this big bitch right here showed you exactly that. Like she's a big example of how black women really don't like each other. And she tried to say black men thought this. No, we didn't. Black men are smashing 6 out of 7 of these women that I got pictured up here. So who do you believe is the 7th one? Obvious, she's projecting all her insecurities on the women that are more beautiful than her. But see, this is the kind of bullshit that y'all blame black men for. These guys are just colorists. They don't like beautiful black women. No, we love beautiful black women. We don't like you. All these little sack chasers doing what we do, saying that we're hiding behind fake avatars. Like it's like with the whole fake avatar thing. Some fake avatars are okay while others aren't. As long as they say what you agree with, you don't care if they have a fake avatar. And I always recommended using avatars. And the reason why I recommend using avatars, not particularly because of this big bitch right here. The reason why I recommend using avatars because we the first one to call somebody job and try to get them fired. We try to ruin their lives over an opinion. Everybody hates opinions. Everybody hates opinion. Well, shit. If I earn some discord and some hate, and I don't even be fucking with folks like that, shit. Imagine the black men that do that what they have to go through. As far as like, I wouldn't like black folks ain't mature enough. You're not. Okay, let me remind you that this broadcast is pre-recorded and the Cash App is going across the bottom of the screen. So if you want to, if you want to throw in a little something to help me make this production a little bit better and not seem so much as a struggle stream, uh, you feel free to donate, but I'm not obligating you to do so. All of the goals I have are pretty much centered around the stuff that I need to do personally. But it is appreciated, and I can give you a better show if you would like. Yeah, I mean, it'll just be later than sooner. I mean, but hey. Yeah. See, here's the meaning of this visual aid right here. I can't get no hoes because of the Black Manosphere. Because you guys act like that women are going on pussy strike if you get on YouTube. Let me tell you something I learned with being on Facebook and having a Facebook group. A lot of guys are mad at the men who they consider lames, dweebs, dorks, the incels. You know, guys, they're mad at them, and you know why they're mad at them, guys? Because they get attention from women. Negative attention is still attention. Positive attention is attention. They feel as if all the ladies should be around them instead of that guy that they consider whack and dusty and defeated. Because see, when the little dweeb is able to get a woman, that little dweeb is going to treat that woman right. And we have effortlessly created this culture of let's just be fucking these bitches. And they bought into the culture. They know that a lot of you niggas out there ain't no good. So when you see the dweeb getting attention from women, it makes you feel some kind of way. All that girl, you beautiful, all that telling her everything that she want to hear, all that stuff your mother taught you about how to treat women, a lot of y'all need to throw that shit right out of the window. But I was being everything she said a man should be. They still gonna fuck who they want. Whether it be the guys you call pookie or the guys you call incels or dweebs. For every guy you call an incel, there's a woman out there, a freaky freak, that's out there willing to disprove all that shit. Because everyone has their own opinion. Shoot, what may look ugly to you may look good to the next person. Who the fuck are you to sit up there and try to ruin that for these guys? You can't get no hoes because you can't get no hoes. These mother, that's a double negative anyway. I sound like some of y'all. Yeah. The other theme behind this little visual right here is that you guys believe that if scrutiny comes to the space, that it's going to affect everyone and not just the guys who are actually doing this thing that you guys like to call those three letters. I'll just say that. Because every time I bring it up here, most of y'all don't know what that is. Don't blame the Black Manosphere because women are starting to look at you as being this odious black podcaster. Shoot, because black men won't defend themselves, which I really wish you would. That you're allowing for this type of narrative to take root. And so what if someone tries to push back on it? You're okay. A lot of you are just upset because the Black Manosphere is a more powerful voice than you want it to be. Like I said, dudes going around scared of their goddamn wives always got something to say about the space. Gay bay. Niggas stay in echo chambers. I see all of that shit. Which brings me to my next point. Some men are afraid of women and afraid of their women too. And a lot of this reasoning, like a lot of this, also this hatred for the black manosphere and this hatred for black men in general, which is what it's about to me, is the fact that they are afraid of what women can band together and do. Yeah, they already had that hit list that I showed on, like, I forgot what broadcast that was, but I actually got the screenshots of the hit list in the Facebook group that it came from. And many names that are familiar to me in present day were on that list. And these dudes don't understand. Look, there's so many ways you can get around that. They just didn't defend anything. They just laid there and took it like a slave that's getting their ass whipped. And that's how they feel about these women right here. They so scared of them because women can lie, and literally most people will believe them right offhand. This is how a lot of guys see themselves. They put Will's face on the female body and put Jada's face on the male body because they see women as an authority figure, as their ultimate authority figure. These mommy ass niggas. They see women as the ultimate authority figure. My mama gonna kill me. Somebody's wife looked at Facebook one day, saw some dude saying stuff about black women, and then want to bitch to their husband. Oh, that better not be you. Uh-huh. And then these dudes keep coming up through this damn in these spaces talking about, watch this, honey. Oh, you dudes are so whack. All y'all do is talk about women 24/7. Oh my God. Oh, good job, dear. You better tell them. You better tell them. And I mean, y'all talking about something looking weak and defeated. Shit, I look at you guys the same way. Your wives defeat you. Your girlfriends defeat you. Some random chick on Facebook that got like 3 kids by 4 different guys defeats you every fucking time. You take your little frustrations out on the black manosphere. Look, don't be blaming me because you can't control your bitch. Lame ass dudes. Dudes scared of women. I get it. A woman can lie and everyone will believe them and your life will be ruined. You'll go to your grave knowing the truth. The truth probably won't come out there after you're dead because this girl will go and get saved and be like, oh, I feel so guilty about doing this dude wrong. Nothing happens to these women. Shit, you guys are afraid of violence by proxy. You piss a female off, she can get one of her cousins to jump you in. Nah, bruh, fuck you. Like, just beat your ass. And then you start to mount a comeback, they'll probably shoot you or run over you with their car. You guys think there's plenty to be afraid of, but you don't remember the one thing that can keep you safe, has been keeping you safe from niggas that you've been insulting that can't punch you in the face, is that you're on a Wi-Fi connection. My thing is, everyone is adults. Everyone is adults. You don't get to use them silly ass excuses online. I'm a woman. Why are you arguing with a woman? Bitch, you arguing with me. I have enough pride in myself to acknowledge that. I have enough pride in myself. It's no problem with me to push back on a bitch that's wrong. I don't care if she has a vagina. And a lot of the times I don't even waste my time with stupid ass bitches. I don't. But I'm not gonna sit up there and put on the cape and act like, oh, these guys are just wrong for saying this stuff. If it's factual, it's factual. You're just mad because you can't argue against a fact. Who can argue against a fact? Call me all the old niggas you want. That will not ever change. Niggas scared of women. That shit is so. That shit is some of the funniest shit. That shit is some of the funniest shit. In fact, y'all so scared of women, y'all will resort to fake protecting them online because you can't protect shit in your real life. Monique said something about a bonnet. Here come a bunch of simps putting on bonnets. Oh, you just talk about our black women. You talking about our mothers, our sisters, all like shut the fuck up, dude. Was your mother in the airport with a bonnet on? A woman tells a woman something, y'all want to call her mammies and pick-me's. Shit, sometimes a dude get more mad at the females who correct females than the guys. And look at how effeminate this motherfucker looks. Shit, you look up if you look up brothers with bonnets on Google, you'll see a bunch of pictures where these guys did that. This dude looked like he done seen one up close 2 minutes previous to taking this picture. Fake protection, virtue signaling, acting like it's a bad thing to say, hey, you know what? This bitch kind of fucked up here. This is some fucked up shit. And, a lot of the guys in the space use those kind of narratives as cautionary tales for men to not focus on the BS and become the best version of themselves. This is not it on this screen. This is not it, guys. Women always complaining about not being protected. Black women in particular, we're not protected. Don't put yourself in bullshit situations. How can you be getting any protection putting yourself in a bullshit situation? Oh, Kev, now you're victim blaming. Kinda. I hate fake niggas like this. They so fake. They're so fake. Yeah, and I love calling these dudes out. Love calling these motherfuckers out. They ain't shit. Well, what for? Why are you putting a bonnet on? Shoot, a lot of females even called this shit out. You dudes are just trying to project your homosexuality as protection for black women. I mean, I got more pictures like this. I did a whole broadcast about it, like when it happened. I was like, and my thing was, we have to be the absolute worst in every goddamn thing. We have to be the absolute worst. And then when someone has the balls to call it out, this is what happens. You guys go to these echo chambers, act like y'all so mad at these dudes. Some of these dudes ain't do nothing to y'all. It's the fact that hoes are mad and you're sitting up there, you feel like you gotta put on the cape and say the goddamn day. Don't nobody care about them bitches that your online friends who keep saying stupid shit. Hell, I'm not finna sit up there. Like I said, I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, on this thing that y'all like to call those 3 letters. Shoot, I don't believe that it it solves anything to sit up there and repeatedly argue with a woman. But see, here's what you chumps are missing. A lot of the times it's not the guys arguing with the females, it's the females arguing with the guys in a guy's space. Somewhere they feel like they should have equal and special treatment. Shit. I mean, special treatment. Nah, sorry. You're gonna have to be a special kind of person to get special treatment. And where are those people? It's not just because they have vaginas. See, one thing that I have learned is that I can be completely and brutally honest to a female and still get the same results that some of you so-called pimp daddies and Mac daddies are getting. It's not that tough. It's not that hard. And we tell you shit like this, and then y'all go back around in these little circles. Y'all hate women. Oh my God, y'all hate women. Why y'all keep talking about women? Why you ain't offering no solutions? Seriously, you came here looking for solutions. For those of you who say that shit, you came here looking for solutions. You came here looking for leadership because you obviously didn't get that leadership at the house, even if some of y'all dads were there. Your dad probably a little blue pill simp too. Don't say nothing to these females. Don't say nothing. Nigga, if you wrong, I'm gonna shut your ass down, male or female. I don't care how you feel. And then these dudes, all these dudes do is they want to save Keisha. They want to cry about women. That's the only angle you niggas got. So you look for anything else, like because hoes mad, that is shape your mentality for the worst in this space. Because hoes mad. I could care less. Them hoes better suck it up. And I'm not necessarily talking about dick either. My point is, everyone says whatever the fuck they want to say. Everyone does. But y'all only get mad when some people do it. You kind of stupid. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you believe that you can just sit up there and say what you want and talk about whoever you want, and there's no pushback. You push then you try to push back on them with all this little stupid gaslighting because a lot of y'all know y'all wrong. If you feel like you got to prove yourself to these hoes, you are worse than anything you said any of these black manosphere guys have done. A refusal to defend yourself. Wow. And I ain't gonna lie, that's one of my major problems I have with the space itself, the black manosphere. There's not enough defending yourself. You just kind of say, oh, well, fuck them. They just want attention. But what happens to a problem when you ignore it? It grows. Just like you listen to your car, you hear a little sound. Oh, it ain't shit. The little sound gets a little worse. Oh, it still ain't shit. Now your engine's sputtering. Oh, maybe I can drive it for a little bit longer. And then your car goes down. Oh, shit. If I'd have done something about that little problem earlier, I probably wouldn't have been to this point. We're at the point where the car is sputtering right now. And it's about to stop. You niggas up there was like with this reverse of hopium that you like to do. Oh, the community is done. Fuck all this shit. Hell no. The community doesn't, fixing a community doesn't involve bringing a bunch of traitorous ratchets to the table. That's why I don't like when females come up to my panel and dudes come out of nowhere just to interrogate the shit out of them. It's like, what the fuck are you going to solve doing that, making a female uncomfortable with sharing her experiences? I don't want that. I want my channel to grow. Do I want men to be the best versions of themselves? Hell yeah, but you got to want that shit too. If you're going to limit yourself to, oh, these niggas just talking about these women, this space ain't going to never work. You can do Black Manosphere 4.0, 5.0, 9.0. It'll never fucking work. Fortify the space. That's all I'm saying. Fortify the space. Let's push back every time somebody tries to do something positive, and there's some fat ass idiot out there saying it's a bad idea. For instance, the Black Manosphere show of the week. My frustrations is only 4 of us doing the shit, and I commend those 4 guys. One being myself, one being Mr. Z, one being LAR Movement, and the other one being the Roger Report. We never meant for the Black Manosphere show of the week just to be us 4, but we're sitting up here trying to keep it going because we want to do something for the space that has done things for us. But if you're just going to throw it back in our faces, I'll just be the first one to throw your bullshit back in yours. Ain't no reason for all of the stupid fucking hatred. And yes, the space can be criticized. Yes, of course. Nothing is above criticism. Nothing. Period. Nothing is above, not even me. I'm not above criticism. I am above criticism that's not warranted though. And many of us are. So I'm just gonna leave y'all with this thought. Okay, if you're gonna be up in an echo chamber bitching and moaning about the space and old niggas and all this other shit, why don't you just fucking leave? Why don't you just delete your fucking YouTube channel? Why don't you just shut the fuck up and get in where you fit in, where this with this society that does not accept you based on something as petty as skin color? You showing massa, hell, you ain't got to do nothing no more. Let us take care of these niggas. Much like Bedwinches said back during slavery. Y'all are just one big bedwinch right now. And yes, there are going to be people like me. No matter what kind of issues the space have, which a lot of the issues come from these chats. A lot of issues come from chats. A lot of issues do come from panelists, and a lot of issues come from content creators. But we're not perfect. Nobody is. You're not perfect. I don't care how accomplished you are. They're grifters. They want you to pay them to keep them angry. Shut the fuck up. Niggas dirty macking and hating on guys making a little extra money doing this. The fuck? See, that's the problem I'm having. So a black man is making a little money. A black man who is now deceased became a millionaire off of it. Black men can't do nothing without black people shitting on it. And the more and more accepting of the truth that you become, the sooner you do, the better you'll be off for it. And besides, I'm not ragging on dudes who have accomplished things. Kudos to those guys. You obviously obtained something in life that not many people do. And that's a great thing, especially if you're a black man. I'll be the first one to shake your hands and congratulate you. But if you're going to smack it away and then disrespect me, I will punch you in your fucking mouth. Enough of this little trying to prove myself to a bunch of hoes that are mad. Because that's exactly what you guys continue to try to do. Oh, don't implicate me with them niggas. Fuck out of here. You are going to be implicated whether you like it or not. Reg the bad guy was sitting up there shitting on the space for a year. And the first female he makes mad shoves him in the black manosphere. She couldn't deal with Reg by himself. She couldn't say, hey, Reg the bad guy. No, she said Reg the bad guy is a part of the black manosphere after all of the pushback that he gave. So I want you little stupid anti-black manosphere dudes to really think about that. I'm not changing for you motherfuckers. You're not worth it. You're not worthy of it. And trust and believe you ain't got to do shit for me. And I will sit up here and continue to not care. So anyway, all I'm saying is don't blow it. And you guys are blowing it. Whether you're blowing the opportunity or something else, you motherfuckers are blowing it. So that's it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. You know, I said what I said. This has been a pre-recorded broadcast that was broadcasted live. So any comments that you left in the chat, in the live chat, I really appreciate your participation. Any super chats, not saying that I received any when this broadcast played, but if you super chatted me, thank you. And I will see you guys on the next go round. I said what the fuck I said. Long live the habitual line steppers. And Kev, we trust. And when you don't give up, especially for these old hating ass people, you win. Peace out.